A fair shake. What's the big deal? Okay, picture this. You're in court. Maybe you parked illegally, maybe you're battling a parking ticket. Point is, you deserve a fair shot. That's what a fair trial is all about. A level playing field where everyone plays by the rules. Due process? Think of it as the rule book. It ensures things are done properly, like making sure the prosecution has actual evidence, not just a hunch. And you know what else screams fairness? A jury of your peers, regular folks like you, not just a bunch of robots in robes. This isn't just legal mumbo-jumbo, people. This is the bedrock of a just society. Without it, we're all just one bad day away from a kangaroo court. And nobody wants to be judged by a kangaroo except maybe other kangaroos. And even then, they're notoriously harsh judges. Believe it or not, the idea of a fair trial goes way back. We're talking ancient Greece and Rome, folks. They weren't perfect, mind you, but they understood that justice shouldn't be a free-for-all. Fast forward a few centuries, and we get the Magna Carta. Big moment for individual rights. Then came the Enlightenment, where folks like John Locke were all about natural rights. You know, those pesky little things like life, liberty, and a fair trial. These ideas took root in America, finding their way into the Constitution. And just like that, the right to a fair trial became the law of the land. It's like the Founding Fathers were saying, we've been there, done that, and trust us, you don't want to mess with this. Let's break down due process, shall we? It's not some abstract legal concept, it's the nuts and bolts of a fair trial. Think of it as a checklist to make sure nobody's getting railroaded. First up, notice. You can't be hauled into court without knowing what you're accused of. Next, a hearing. You get your day in court, a chance to tell your side of the story. And of course, the right to an attorney. Because let's face it, lawyering up is best left to the professionals. Due process is all about making sure the government plays by the rules. It's like having a referee in the game of law, making sure things stay fair and square. Because when the government starts cutting corners, that's when things get really scary. Section 4, Jury of your peers. Justice served, hopefully. Now let's talk juries. The Founding Fathers were big fans of the whole jury of your peers thing. They figured, who better to judge you than a bunch of your fellow citizens? It's like crowdsourcing justice, but hopefully with fewer internet arguments. Of course, getting a truly impartial jury can be tricky. We've all seen those courtroom dramas where lawyers are trying to weed out anyone who's ever seen an episode of Law & Order. But hey, that's all part of the process, right? The idea is that a jury of your peers will be more likely to understand your perspective. They'll be able to relate to your situation and hopefully make a fair and impartial decision. It's not a perfect system, but it's the best we've got. Section 5. Landmark cases when rights were put to the test. Over the years, there have been some pretty big legal cases that have really tested the whole fair trial thing. Cases like Gideon v. Wainwright, where the Supreme Court said, hey, everyone deserves a lawyer, even if they can't afford one. Talk about a game changer. Then there's Miranda v. Arizona. You know, the whole, you have the right to remain silent thing? Yeah, that came from this case. The court basically said that police can't just go around coercing confessions. They have to inform suspects of their right. These landmark cases have shaped the way we understand the right to a fair trial. They've set important precedents and ensured that our rights are protected even when the going gets tough. Section 6. Fair trial your shield in a world gone mad. So there you have it, folks. The right to a fair trial? It's kind of a big deal. It's the cornerstone of our justice system, the thing that separates us from the kangaroo courts of the world. It's your shield against tyranny, your guarantee of due process, and your chance to have your case heard by a jury of your peers. It's not perfect, but it's the best system we've got. So the next time you see a courtroom drama on TV, take a moment to appreciate the real-life importance of a fair trial. Because in a world that can often feel unfair, it's good to know that there's at least one place where everyone has the right to a fair shake.